It's the Indy 500, look like a Roman chariot.
And welcome back. D-Moms Magazine editor Jocelyn Taylor is joining us now with the scoop on the best places to visit for frozen treats and a few tips to share on how to make your own. Welcome back, Jocelyn.
Thanks.
So where are your favorite places to go to take the whole fam for ice cream?
Okay,
Yummy
so
stuff.
we have 3 favorite places that our food editor actually found for the last issue. One is a very cute sort of 2 friends that are moms opened in Richardson called Sweet Firefly. And what I love about it, it's very family oriented, but with all like the froyo craze, there are no cute independent ice cream stores anymore. And this is super old school. The ice cream's homemade, it's amazing. It's very kind of small batch, but traditional flavors, so they're not trying to get too weird. I mean,
You're speaking my language right now.
You know what's so
good.
The chocolates and the vanillas of the world.
Yeah, and there's salted caramel. That's kind of what they, but it's still very, you know, kind of mainstream. They do great snow cone kind of thing with the real flaky, almost chewy ice, and it's just fun family place.
You know what
That's
I
great.
find interesting is that everybody went. You talked about the frozen yogurt craze, and I think everybody went that avenue because they thought it was somehow healthier.
Yeah.
It might be lower in fat, but it's still
really
loaded with sugar.
Tons of
Right.
sugar.
Tons of sugar. So
Even
if
the
you
ones
go
that say no
someplace-
sugar, then they've got tons of fat or tons
Chemicals
of
or fat,
saccharin
yeah.
and all that stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
and we'll talk about the at-home because I always think it's better to make it at home. But 2 other quick places we love. If you want to do something a little bit more kind of indie, a little groovier flavors, Carnival Barker is great. It's a couple here in town, very sort of high-end ice cream. They sell it at Bolsa Mercado, but they're about to open a food truck on the Greenville food truck lots.
Oh.
Their stuff is more like Hatch green chili chocolate and kind of
wow.
groovier
A
flavors,
spicy
but still
chocolate?
so good. And then my personal favorite that everyone needs to go to this weekend is called La Original Michoacana. It's on Davis, right across the street from Bishop Arts District. There's a big ice cream cone on it. And this is sort of, I think, the antithesis of Carnival Barker, but with the same spirit. It's all homemade there. And it's flavors, very original flavors to the Mexican culture. So like avocado, passion fruit, rice pudding.
Oh, yum.
Phenomenal ice cream and really inexpensive. It's almost custard-like. But the best thing is they sell these little popsicles that are this big. They're just kind of little for 25 cents. And they're all those flavors. And you can go in, like for all of my kids' birthdays, I went in with a big plastic bag and bought 50 of them.
Wow.
And then when it's time to do dessert, you lay them on a tray and kind of walk around and you've spent $20.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think it's like
You've
the best hidden
glamorized
gem.
ice cream. It's great.
really beautiful, yeah. So, okay, if you want to make it at home or make let's just say frozen dessert at home because
And this is the best way to control really what you're putting into your kids.
right?
Yeah.
This is all healthy stuff too. I mean, this is
In this
very
case,
healthy.
it is. But you could do so.
ingredients.
This will change your life. This little guy. It's a
This
little
is an ice cream maker?
Cuisinart ice cream maker. And I don't know if you guys remember as kids when your parents would make ice cream. They ever make ice
Yes.
cream in the big wooden
Oh, yeah,
bin.
and you churn
And
it.
you had
That's
to
my
take
favorite thing to do.
turns, And it was covered with rock salt, and it would take like 7 hours, and then at the end it'd be a runny mess. Did you ever have good
Yes.
ice cream out of that?
It was great.
This is literally will change your life. You can make ice cream in 25 minutes.
Oh, wow.
It's unbelievable. And the trick is it's this bin right here. You keep in the freezer. So it's one of those
cool.
that it freezes. And then you make any ice cream you want. So if you have a book or a favorite recipe, make it in your blender or your food processor. You make sure your paddle is in first and then you turn it on. Because if you pour anything into this, once it's frozen, it immediately freezes to it. And so your paddle won't work. You turn it on first and then you pour it in and walk away. So when we're doing the dishes after dinner, I'll pour it in, walk away, and then by the time we're done cleaning up, the kids can have some
But
in
you said
25
you blend
minutes.
it all up
You
first.
blend it up in
It's
a blender.
not gonna blend it for you.
Right.
Okay.
So you could use any ice cream recipe, but if you want to do something healthy, there's 2 things I love. One is the at-home frozen yogurt. So you get a quart of your favorite yogurt. I like to use Greek yogurt because there's less water, so regular yogurt kind of turns out icy. Dump that in your blender, and you want to water it down a little bit with maybe almond milk or low-fat milk.
It's almost like a custard or like a gelato
but
or
you
something.
want it to be a little creamier. Greek yogurt's so thick it'd be hard to get it in there. And then pour it in there, and within 25 minutes you have tangy, amazing frozen yogurt, and it's just your yogurt.
Yeah, I'll be picking one of these up on the way home.
It's
This
great.
sounds
And these are about
terrific.
$50.
Yeah.
And then the last 5 minutes of the churn, you put in fruit or nuts or chocolate chips or whatever you want. Okay, this is incredible. Especially if you have trouble with dairy, which a lot of kids are kind of lactose intolerant, you use coconut milk fat. So if you open a can of coconut milk, it separates and the water is at the bottom and the fat's at the top. And so for a recipe like this, you would use 2 cups of the fat, which would be 2 cans. You just scoop it off the top, put it in your blender. You would use about 1/3 cup of sweetener if you don't want to use sugar. I love agave nectar. You could use honey, but honey is a real distinctive flavor.
Right.
So, And then in this case, you use a cup and a half of fresh strawberries, blend it up, pour it in, and you've got this rich, creamy, amazing coconut-based
I don't know
ice cream.
why I don't have one of these in my kitchen.
neither.
I'm going to go get one
You
of
need to
these.
get one.
You keep talking about kids, I'm gonna have
and
this
with
for an
Memorial
adult.
Day weekend coming up, like you would be a superstar to make
That
your
is
ice
a
cream.
great
Get
idea,
some cookies
Jocelyn,
and make little
thanks.
ice cream
Very
sandwiches,
fun.
and you're good
And I
to
love
go.
the tips on the great places to go, too.
Yeah,
I
La
could try that.
Original Michoacana. All of that's online, and we'll put the recipes online too.
Perfect.
Okay, great. All right. You can get more great things for mom by going to moms.dmagazine.com or by picking up the latest issue of D Moms that is on newsstands now.